Hello and welcome to part 2 of my, what am I, two of my unhaul videos. So I did a part 1 that I never called a part 1 because I didn't know it was going to be a part 1. Did it a couple of months ago and now I'm going to unhaul some more because I have been being a little bit more stricter with the books that I want to keep. I am creating a massive database on Notion of all the books I own, and it's suddenly making me a lot more picky as to which books I want and which books I don't want and which books I ever think I'm actually going to read. And if I don't think I'm ever going to read them, I'm just looking at them thinking, well, why are you on my shelves? Like, it's okay that my reading tastes have changed, and I think I need to normalise that a little bit more in my head, that my reading taste will change. There's books that I bought 5 years ago that I'm not going to read now, and that's okay to get rid of them. Also, I often think it can be difficult to get rid of a book if it's been sent to you as a gift, or if it's perhaps something you received in a book subscription box that you paid for and you feel like because you paid quite a lot of money for that subscription box you feel like you need to keep the book. So there's a couple of things like that where I feel like I need to be okay to just be like, no, I'm going to unhaul that because I don't think I'm ever going to read it, and that's fine. Normalise that my brain is going to change the kind of books I enjoy. So this is part 2. The first part, I will try and remember to link up there, was vlog style, and I really enjoyed filming it like that, so I'm going to do the same here. This is going to be vlog style, and the point of this now is just going to be to cut down on the books I just don't think I'm going to read, because also entering them all into Notion takes quite a lot of time, and it's making me think even more like, do I want to spend the time entering each of these books in if I'm never actually going to intend to read them? So I want to be more picky. I want to remove those books and feel lifted, because at the moment my bookshelves are getting a little bit crammed, and I don't want them to be crammed because that is when it starts to get messy and I don't like the mess. So let's get to unhauling. Not that you can see it, but down here I've got my TBR cart. There it is. Hear it? And in here I do have 2 books I've already picked off of my shelves to start this process with. So the first one I'm not 100% sure on yet, but this is Order of Darkness by Philippa Gregory. I think this is a YA. Philippa Gregory is known for her historical fiction. This is 3 books in one, and it is big, like surely over 1,000. No, okay, 850. It's chonky. I am not 100% set on whether I'm going to unhaul this or not, but if I don't unhaul this, I want to try and make myself read it really soon so that I know whether I want to keep it or not. But I have no idea what this is about, really. I don't think it's so much my thing anymore. I think I'm coming to terms with the fact that when it comes to fantasy, I do like the oldie worldy fantasies like this one, which is set in the 1400s. I do like those kind of fantasies, but I don't like them nearly as much as I do more of a contemporary fantasy or a bizarre anything can happen, there's not really a time frame to it kind of fantasy. So I don't know if this is going to be my thing anymore, so this is temporarily in the cart. And then we've also got Shielded by Kaylin Flanders. Honestly, this was one that I just don't think I'm ever going to really fancy. I couldn't tell you much about it. It was a fairy loot book at some point. I don't know when, but I'm not too bothered by this, and I think it's a series, and yeah, I'm just going to be ruthless. So those 2 are in the cart at the moment. Let's go be picky. So when we did this before, I think we started up there. So I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. We're gonna start down here because I know there's some books down here that I want to get rid of, and I've already pulled a couple of them out in preparation for this. And I feel like these ones are very popular YA that I'm not gonna get to, or I might have read the first book, didn't like it, and I just need to be honest with myself. So the first ones are the first 4 books in the Shatter Me series by Tahara Mafi. I got these in the works for like super cheap, and I think I only got them like 2 years ago, but I just thought, oh, I'll get those because everyone says they're really good. I have absolutely no interest in reading this series. I think I've been told by friends that they think I won't probably enjoy it because it is a little bit more of like a stereotypical original YA story, and I think for me the ship has probably sailed for these. So I can safely say I'm going to unhaul these. I think as well with any of these kind of things, I can just buy them again if I do ever change my mind in the future. Obviously, I hope I won't do that, but that's the option that's always there. Then I'm also choosing to unhaul the Illuminae. I think it's a trilogy, isn't it? Or is it more than that now? But, oh, was it 4 books now? I don't know, but I've got the first 2. I read the first one, didn't like it. I don't really like sci-fi. I especially don't like space-based sci-fi. So I think I don't know why I've held on to these for so long. I feel like my brain wants to like them because it's mixed media, but I didn't get on at all. See, then it's things like this where I just don't know enough about this book, but also I don't think I would ever think, oh, I really want to pick this up. This is State of Sorrow by Melinda Salisbury. It's a really nice cover, and it is the hardback, but these kind of ones I'm unsure of. Similarly with Fable, I just don't know enough about them that I would ever draw them off my shelves, but I don't know if that means that I want to unhaul them or not, or if I just need to know a bit more about them. So I might temporarily put these two back on the shelves, but can you let me know what you thought of these if you've read them in the comments, please? I think it's safe to say that Terry Pratchett's writing isn't necessarily for me. I have read books by him, and honestly, it's just not for me, and I really dislike everything about that cover. So Reaper Man by Terry Pratchett is going in the unhaul pile. This bottom shelf down here is just like the shelf where books come to be, not die, but like be forgotten because it's blocked from view. It's got this plant and normally this in front of it, so I always forget about these books. So this is one that I have had for ages. This is Ned's Circus of Marvels. I feel like I took this off of the trolley that you could take books off of when I worked at WATERSTONES in the staff room, and it's a middle grade about a boy who just finds out magic exists and then has to save the world, I think. I keep looking at this thinking like I don't have many middle grades, this would be a good option if I ever needed to have a quick read, but honestly, it's in the unhaul pile. I feel like I need to talk you through my thought process with some of these because The Handmaid's Tale and The Bloody Chamber, they're both books, and The Kite Runner, but I do like that one separately, they're both books that I studied at school, so they've got all my A-level notes, as does The Kite Runner, and it would feel weird for me to ever get rid of those. I don't know why, but I don't really need a copy of The Handmaid's Tale. I'm never going to reread that book, but I'm kind of keeping it for prosperity's sake for some reason. And then my thought process with some of these other ones, Queens of Geek, I'm never going to read that again. I can't remember anything about it and I don't particularly like that cover. But I just looked at the blurb and I was like, oh, I do like the kind of, it's a kind of Comic-Con vloggery thing, but I think I'm kind of beyond this kind of story now, so I'm just going to be brutal. I'm also unsure about After the Fire. There is no blurb on this, which is annoying, but it's inspired by a real-life American cult. And the reviews say that it's really good, but I've had this literally for years and years and years. Again, this is one I got when I worked at the bookshop, and I've never picked it up, so maybe it's time. Yeah, it's time. I feel like I'm actually unhauling books. Oh my god, check me out. Okay, now there's a couple that I'm unsure about, because these are quite new books that I have received in book subscription boxes within the last year, but they are space-based sci-fi, and I know I don't like space-based sci-fi. Space-based sci-fi. I know that's not my kind of thing. Hang on, I'll show you. Thing is as well, these covers are really lovely and I really like the sprayed pages, but I know I'm never going to read these and I don't really know what the point of me keeping them is. So first up we've got Winter's Orbit by Everina Maxwell. I just don't have any interest in picking this one up. I don't know what it's about, but I think, yeah, duty politics, space princes and rebellious royals, it's just, I'm never ever going to read this, and I am keeping this because it's this lovely edition. And the same goes for The Seven Devils by Elizabeth May and Laura Lamb. I am never going to read this. No, when loyalty to the Empire is programmed from birth, resistance is futile until now. They're really nice editions, but I honestly just don't think I'm ever going to read them. I just really don't like space sci-fi. It just doesn't do anything for me. Saying that, something like The Space Between Worlds, which is sci-fi but not space-based, it's like parallel worlds. I don't know if space does come into it. Oh, there's my bookmark! I was wondering how that was. Clearly I was going to read this. This was on my TBR last month and I didn't quite get to it, but I do want to read this one, so this is like a sci-fi that I would enjoy to read, but those other two, I'm so unsure. I think I might just do it. I think I might get rid of them. I feel bad, but I'm never gonna read them. They're gone, they're gone. Okay, so this is my Lady Taylor section, partially, not really anymore, because I've just removed some books from it and kind of bumped around the space a little bit. I have got these 3 new covers of the Lady Taylor books, and I don't actually like these new covers very much. I prefer the old covers, so I don't need 2 editions of this series. I've only read the first book. Again, it pains me, but I don't need them. I'm also removing Warcross by Marie Lu from my shelves because I just didn't enjoy this book. I'm never going to reread it. Is it a series? I think it is. I'm never going to continue with it. It's gone. We're currently up to 18 books unhauled. I wonder if I can get up to 30, just as like a little challenge. I've seen people doing this at the moment where they are unhauling like X amount of books and trying to get themselves to unhaul that many books. So let's give it a go. Let's try and get that to 30. I think that should be doable. I think it should be. I'm coming for this shelf next. What a great angle this is. Hello. This is, you're on top of my bookshelf, you're up here. It's a great angle, but it works, it's fine. I did this before and I remember it wasn't the best angle, but here we are. So this is always the shelf level that I'm never quite sure about what to do with the books. So I'm gonna be ruthless again. I am so sorry if I get rid of a book that you think is amazing, but life's too short. Some have got to go. Okay, I feel really bad about this one because I know that Lauren from Fiction Tea bought me this one, but honestly, I wasn't blown away by it. This is such a bad angle. This is The Bridge Kingdom by Danielle L. Jensen. It was okay. It was a fantasy. I think it's part of a series. I don't like the cover particularly, and I didn't enjoy the book, so really sorry, Lauren, where that one's going. It's books like this that just sit on my shelves and I just forget what they're even about. Mia Rose wants only one thing: revenge against the Guarach, who killed her mother. Oh, it's a world where only women can possess magic. That has the potential to be kind of feministy, and every woman is suspected of having it. Half girl, half god Guarach are feared, revealed, and hunted. After training under her father and his infamous hunters, Mia is determined to scour the Four Kingdoms and enact the Hunter's Creed, heart for a heart, life for a life. I'm never going to read it. My reading tastes have changed so much in the last year. I'm not going to read it. I know I'm not. Is it time for Midnight Sun to hit the dust? It was okay. It was kind of fun, but it's pretty shit really, isn't it? It was fun. And I got involved in the promotion for it, which was really fun to be a part of. And like, it felt like such a throwback to my teen years and I had the best time doing that. So that was great. And I did enjoy reading it, but it's like you enjoy it because it's kind of Twilight, really. So I don't own the other books in the Twilight series anymore, and this is pretty chunky, so this will free up some serious shelf space. Also very unsure of these two. These two have been up on this shelf as well. I don't, again, know much about these, but I feel like these fit into the category of like the YA that I'm just not as bothered by anymore. I feel like 3 or 4 years ago I would have devoured them, but I just don't know. I feel so bad saying it because someone has put their time and effort into this work, but please be assured that if I get rid of any of these, I will be giving them to people that really want to read them. So I feel awful, but I know what I'm going to read and what I'm not going to read, and yeah. Okay, I feel like we're doing well. It's these shelves that I struggle with, and the fact that I don't even think there's any point in looking at them because those are like my main shelves. And there's nothing, I don't think, that would come off of these. Like, just for a quick tour, we've got beautiful editions here of series. We've got my thrillery mystery shelf, Lord of the Rings, nothing is being touched there. Then we've got Sarah J. Maas, and then this is like miscellaneous hardbacks including a few series, miscellaneous hardbacks, Victoria Schwab. This is like, there is in my brain a logic to this, but I couldn't explain it to you. It works in my head. The same with this one, kind of. They work in my head, and then, yeah, miscellaneous hardbacks. This is all, like, the books that I'm very excited by and that make me happy, so I just know there's nothing on these that I'm gonna want to get rid of because I would have got rid of it by now or I would have moved it to another shelf. Which leads us to my bedroom. So my bedroom shelves are my rainbow shelves, which means that anything I take off is gonna offset the rainbow. So these are the shelves we are looking at. And then I've also got this little section down here that's kind of Cassandra Clare. Oh, there's a leaf. Be free. Kind of Cassandra Clare and kind of just whatever's in that bag thing. I forget about these quite a lot because they're in here and I just kind of see them as being pretty. But mostly these are like either contemporaries or I don't really know or what, or like or contemporaries. They're not just contemporaries, but yeah, let's have a look. So immediately I've seen one I think I can get rid of, and that is Three Dark Crowns by Kendara Blake. I've had this one for a while and I've never read it. I think again it falls into that bracket of like the typical YA that I just think I've kind of gone beyond a little bit now, so that one can go. And I've also just spotted another one, The Thousandth Floor by Catherine McGee. What is that noise? I really remember enjoying this one when I read it, but honestly I just have no interest in rereading it. I have no need to keep hold of it. This is going well, guys, yes. Okay, is it bad that I can't actually remember if I've read this or not? Becky Albertalli and Aisha Saeed, yes, no, maybe so. I think I've read it. Oh no, that's probably not a good sign. It's a proof it came out in 2020. I think I've read this. I'm so sure I have, but I can't remember anything about it, so it's gone. Next up, we have got these two books by Mercedes Lackey. They are the Family of Spies books, 1 and 2. No interest in reading them anymore. I feel so bad with this, but like, it doesn't mean that these books won't suit you, for example, if you're watching this, but like, they're gone. What have we got? Let's move over to this side. There's some books that I can see here that I've bought and didn't actually enjoy, and yet I keep hold of them for some reason, and I don't know why I do that. But like, for example, Sally Rooney's Normal People, I feel like I keep hold of in case one day a friend wants to read something like that, and I could be like, here you go, I didn't like it, but you might. Makes sense in my brain. Yeah, I feel like I'll keep hold of those ones for that reason, because I know that I've got people that would probably enjoy to read those. I actually think for books in here, that might be it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 from in here, that's not too bad. I think we're probably up to our 30, to be honest. Let's have a head count. Oh, it suddenly got really dark. Do you remember that guy on 50/50 on CBBC that would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, or was that Get Your Own Bag? Maybe it was Get Your Own Bag, but either way, someone would count things and it would be fun, so let's do it like that. Except we won't throw them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. No! Okay, 2 more. 2 more. I think we can do it. Let's do this. Okay, we're in my office now, which I remember going through fairly recently, so I don't know what we're gonna find here. Oh, hang on. I have 2 editions of this. Yeah, I have 2 editions of this. We're gonna find my other one in a second and we're gonna compare. And one of those shall go. Anything up here? Maybe this. Maybe this. But other than that, it's so difficult. I don't think there's anything else. Or maybe Infinity Sun. The arc of that. I was very excited to read Infinity Sun, and then everyone seemed to really dislike it, and not that that would stop me from reading it, but I just never really picked it up. Okay, I think that might be okay. Okay, so for Fly By Night we have got the English UK edition, and this one's got the little World Book Day stamp at the top of it, or we have got the US edition. This one is taller, which is irritating to fit onto my shelves. However, I think I like them both in different ways. Like, they have their own merits. I like the colours going on in this one and the font used, whereas this one, I enjoy that we've got the bird coming out of the page. To be honest, I actually started reading this and didn't finish it, so maybe I don't need this book at all. I don't know. We're gonna put that on the maybe. So without even putting these ones on the maybe pile, that puts us up to 30 books I have achieved, and now I've got way more room on my bookshelves. So yeah, I feel like we set out to achieve something. We've achieved it. I might just put these back on my shelves because I don't want to have to be faced with that decision yet, but let's recap what we got. Okay, let's recap the books to go. First up, we have got Seven Devils in Winter's Orbit. These are going because they are space sci-fi, and just generally I have no interest in the plot, and I think I need to be strict with myself just because they're pretty, not to keep them for that reason. Then we've got Warcross, which I just didn't enjoy and have no need to keep. Shielded, I don't think I'll ever read. Order of Darkness, again, I'm not really that bothered by it anymore. Illuminate and Gemina, I didn't like Illuminate and I have no interest in reading Gemina. After the Fire, I just don't really have an interest in reading. This one I realised I didn't really talk about. This is The Stranger's Guide to Calistone. I actually got this at Yauk because the author was there and I chatted to them and I felt like I had to buy it in a way. But they based this all off of a real house. This is when I read it and actually want to keep it. The secret lies within. Abandoned and alone, 13-year-old Joe's world is shattered when he enters a deserted council estate and becomes trapped in a labyrinth, protecting the last magical places on Earth. There the boy discovers The Stranger's Guide to Calistone, a book charting this immense no man's land without time or place, its 13 doors each leading to a different realm. Hunted by sinister foes, Joe is forced even deeper into both the maze and the mystery of his missing parents. What will he find at the Labyrinth Centre, and can it reunite him with his family he so desperately needs? That actually looks really good. No, I don't want to get rid of that. Oh, I forgot. I definitely felt like, not pressured into buying it, but I felt bad if I didn't at Yalk, but actually, no, sod it, that's coming off and I'm replacing it with one of these to get me up to 30 again. Okay, adding in Fly By Night, the English paperback, and also Infinity Sun as well. Then down here we have got Queens of Geek, which I just don't really have any need to keep. Then we've also got Ned's Circus of Marvels, which I just don't think I'm ever going to read. Terry Pratchett's Reaper Man, again, never going to read. The Shatter Me first 4 books, I just don't have any interest again. The newer covers of The Daughter of Smoke and Bone, I just don't need 2 covers of these books. Three Dark Crowns and The Thousandth Floor. I've read The Thousandth Floor and I'm never going to reread it. I don't need to own a copy. And Three Dark Crowns, just not that bothered by. Then we've got Heart of Thorns, which I just don't really feel like I'm ever going to get to. Midnight Sun, I just don't need to keep. I'm never going to reread it. The Bridge Kingdom, again, I'm never going to reread it and don't need to keep. Yes, No, Maybe So, I couldn't even remember reading, but I'm pretty sure I have, so I don't need that one either. These two in some kind of series that I've forgotten the name of, The Family Spies, I just, again, no interest in. These two I'm still umming and ahhing about, A River of Royal Blood and Forest of Souls. I think it's more of a guilt thing because I feel like I should read and enjoy them, but actually I don't think they're going to be my kind of thing. So there's my 30 books to unhaul. Ah, what a productive Sunday this has been. I may well, at some point, do a little bit of a bookshelf organisation video, maybe. I'm unsure if I actually want to rearrange them or not because I love these ones very much behind me. So I don't know how interesting a video that would be, slash if I even want to do it, but I'm quite proud of myself for getting these ones gone because I did only just do an unhaul, but I think I am definitely being stricter now that I'm logging everything in Notion, so this feels like a win. I will be giving these books to charity shops or giving them away to people on like a little lending library, which is where we've been setting up a little table at the end of our house back home, and we just leave books and people can take them as they want. So they will all be going to good homes, but by the time you're watching this, they will probably all be long gone as well because I think I'm filming this quite in advance, possibly, unless I rejig my schedule a little bit, but they'll be gone by the time you're watching this basically. So if you're commenting being like, no, don't get rid of this one, it's amazing, I'm so sorry. I hope you did enjoy this video though. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what books you think you could unhaul or what you've unhauled recently. Make me feel a bit better about it. And subscribe to see more of my face on your feed. You can also find my Patreon link down below where you get some additional content from me, such as dedicated reading vlogs, live streams, a book club. It's a fun time, it's a fun place to be. That's all linked down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Keep smiling and stay positive.